Number 49. I actually am adopted. Hi you guys, welcome to CarlieStylez channel. You guys, I have a guest with us and he is being wild and crazy today. I just wanted to thank you guys for all your support and love. Yesterday I posted on my Instagram, like, what do you want to see? What do you expect from this channel? What are you wanting from me? And I was super grateful for the feedback and all of your guys' love and inspiration and giving me just like direction. It just really inspired me and I feel very motivated for my channel. So the only thing I'm going to focus on is hashtag consistency. And like you guys said, I'm just gonna do what I love and what makes me feel alive. And so that's what we're gonna do. But I thought a fun video that I have never done that could be super interesting is 50 things that you don't know about me, or maybe you do, but maybe you need to be reminded. So we're gonna get rolling. 50 things that you may not know about me. If you see a random dog popping up in the background, don't worry, don't be alarmed. Okay, number 1, I am terrified of E.T. He just creeps me out. He's creepy. I don't like him. Number 2, in 6th grade, I asked Santa Claus for a Green Bay Packers coat thing that you pulled over your head and it like just zipped up a little bit right here. But it was like the hugest thing going on and I thought that the Green Bay Packers were like the best team in the entire world. So I haven't always been a Broncos fan, sorry. But okay, number 3, when I was 9 years old, my dad was an archer. He shot bow and arrows into targets. It was like a thing that he loved. So he had his arrow supply downstairs and I was playing like I was baton twirler with one of his arrows after he asked me not to because I could hurt myself, and I was like, whatever dad, what do you know? And spinning this arrow around and thinking I was like this marching band girl, and tripped and fell, and the arrow actually went down my throat and cut the back of my throat. We had to go to the ER and get it taken out. Number 4, when I was, I think 7 years old, do you guys see the scar on my wrist right there? Hold on. Okay, do you guys see that scar right there, that line that's being, if I go like this, I pull on it, you guys see that scar? When I was like 6 or 7 years old, I was chasing Shay and Casey through the woods when we were camping as a family, thinking I could keep up, and I was running, and my foot got caught on one of the trees roots that came out of the ground. Like, why don't trees grow down and not up? I don't know. Anyways, one of the roots was coming out of the ground and I was running and my foot got caught under that and I slipped and fell and slid forward and it slit my wrist and I had to have stitches, and then I couldn't play in the water while I was camping and I was not happy. Number 5, do you guys see this dimple right here when I smile? I was being babysat by Shay and Casey and we were at home and I was doing Shay's hair. Shay had a part down the middle with long hair down to about his chin. I think he was in 8th or 9th or 10th grade. And I went running to my mom and dad's bedroom to get a hairbrush and some elastics to finish Shay's hair masterpiece. And there was a glass table at the end of our hallway with like frames or glass ornaments or something on it, and my feet slid out from underneath me, slipped and fell, glass table fell, cut my face, and I had to get stitches right on my face, and I didn't even cry because that was very tough. Number 6, I had plastic surgery on my face, and not the kind that you think. When I can't even remember the age, I was younger, I think I was 7 or 8, I had a dog, our neighbor's dog, we were babysitting them, attack my face, and he bit up into my scalp, and I don't even know if you'll be able to see the scar because it's moved so far back, but I had a scar up here. The dog ended up biting my face like this, and his tooth went up under my eye and clipped it, and then his other top of his jaw came into my head and like bit down, and so they had to graft skin onto my eye and kind of something on my head, I don't know. The scar actually healed and you would never even know, but crazy, huh? Number 7, when I was in my first neighborhood that I can ever remember as a little girl growing up, I hosted this club at my parents' house on our front lawn called the Kids Club, and I was basically like in charge of everybody, and all the neighborhood kids would come to Kids Club and we would learn things, we'd do activities, we would do snacks. And I basically think it was a way for parents of the neighborhood to dump their kids off and tell me that their kids were coming to Kids Club, but I think that I was really just like a glorified babysitter. But I did that for a couple of months in the summer and I thought that that was so cool. Number 8, when I was 6 years old, I won 2 first place prizes in this run, the city run that our state holds or hosts, called the Bubblegum Run, and it's actually a 1.2 miles 2 or O2. And I remember as a little girl, I won first both times racing in that race, and at the end, if you got in the top 3, they gave you a little medal and a shirt, and then they had this big box of bubble gums, and you got to like dip your hand inside the bubble gums. And I remember like pulling my shirt up and like making a little, you know, like a little satchel or pocket, and just pulling, like dumping in the bubble gums. And I think the guy was like, okay, you're good, that's enough. So that was pretty cool. It means I'm fast. I'm a fast runner. Number 9, I am allergic to fish, shellfish, fish oil, mangoes randomly, and what are the nuts with the nut in it and the hard shells and you have to open them up? Pistachios and bees, really bad. Sometimes honey, sometimes not. And what else was I allergic to? Sunflower seeds. I don't know if I said that. So I have like random weird allergies. Fish oil will send me over the edge, and it's like a crazy bad like hitch reaction where my nose like swells and my eyes swell over it's really bad. But all the other ones, it's like selectively if they bother me or not. It's really, really weird. Number 10, I actually have a condition, and a physical condition. I don't even know if that's the word, how you say it. It's called exercise-induced anaphylaxis, and basically I'm allergic to my own like heart rate and sweat, and if I get my heart rate into a certain zone and I start like getting too hot, my body kind of reacts and breaks out because of itself, if that makes sense. So I've always thought it was from some kind of food that I've eaten, but we started nailing down to every time I had these really bad allergic reactions, it was always when I was working out. And so I went into a doctor and I was like, I don't know what it is that I'm eating, but I know that when I work out, it activates it. And he's like, no, actually, you're kind of allergic to yourself and working out. And I was like, what? So I had to get prescribed 2 EpiPens, and I'm supposed to have them with me when I work out. I don't take them with me. It's probably the stupidest thing, but I have them in my medicine cabinet. But does anybody else have that? Am I the only one that has that? Is it really weird? Number 11, when I was a little girl, like 2 or 3 years old, I used to hide in my dad's closet. Oh, I'm just kind of embarrassed about admitting this one. And I would take pieces of cheese, like chunks of cheese, and I would shove them up my nose, and I would wait for a minute, and then I would pick them out because I loved picking out huge chunks of cheese out of my nose. Yeah, let's move on from that one. Number 12, this probably isn't that big of a surprise, but I was obsessed with Barbie dolls when I was a little girl, and I would turn my whole bedroom floor into a Barbie house. I would get magazines and toilet paper rolls and wash racks, and I would build their houses like a virtual house on setup. So you would walk in and there would be like a plant, so I take a toilet paper roll and stick some grass in it, and then I would take wash rags and make these elaborate like sofas and beds. And I would take that spray scrubbing bubbles, I can't remember who makes it, the kind that's like you spray it and it's white and it foams up, and if it snowed in Barbie land, then I would spray that all over. Don't ask me how that didn't ruin my mom's carpet, but I love it. This is also another really weird one, but number 13, when I was in middle school, I had a clothing diary or journal, and I would write down what I wore, how I did my hair, what shoes and socks I would wear, because I wanted to make sure that I was really utilizing all my wardrobe. And that's what I would tell my mom and dad. I'm like, well, you see, I can't wear these same jeans 4 times this week and then next week wear them 3 times. I need to make sure I'm utilizing all my pairs of clothing and I'm mixing and matching them really well, because I used to think that I was gonna grow up and be some fashion designer. So I had this really intimate clothing journal diary when, yeah, so silly at that age. Number 14, my first kiss ever wasn't until I was 15 and a half years old. It was after junior high, and it was to my cousin. I didn't know he was my cousin at the time though, so it doesn't technically count. I think he was like my second cousin. That's still weird. Number 15, one time when I was a sophomore, my friends stole my car because my friend Shane had a totally different car and make and model than mine, but for some reason his key would work to my car. They went after school when I was at cheerleading practice and took my car and moved it onto the middle of the football field. And then I got an announcement over the loudspeaker saying, Carlie Butler, could you please come to the main office? And the football coaches were ticked because my car was in the middle of the football field and I had to move it, and it was very tragic. This is kind of a fun one, but number 16, sweet 16. My mom and dad threw me an amazing, incredible sweet 16th birthday party, but I told my mom, I'm like, the only thing I want is to have this like lavish pink birthday cake with 16 candles so I can blow out my 16 candles. Like it was like this silly idea I had in my head. Well, my mom got so busy with planning the party and everything else that she forgot to get me a cake. So on my 16th birthday, I blew out a hot dog. Number 17, when I was in first grade, I had a drill team club that I started at the elementary, and I had dance tryouts for all the girls who wanted to be in my drill team. And I had this big idea that we were gonna perform for our parents. And do you know what our first song was that I wanted to perform to for our parents? Coolio, Gangster's Paradise. And everybody had to wear overalls with one overall coming off, and they had to wear their hair in braids with a bandana, because I was like thug. Okay, number 18. When I was in 6th grade, I was obsessed with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I would come home from school and I would watch WWF until my mom got home and yelled at me to do my homework and get chores done. But I also like had the biggest crush on him and thought that maybe I could be like a wrestler girl one day. Number 19, this is very embarrassing and so unhealthy, and probably the most unhealthy thing that I've ever done. But I used to come home from school when I was a little kid, and I would melt a half a cube of butter with marshmallows in the microwave and put it in this plastic bowl and just watch the marshmallows like puff up over the bowl with the butter melting, and then I would stir it together, and then I would just eat it with a spoon. Like, I wasn't even worried about my heart or my arteries, apparently. Gross. Number 20. I have never in my entire life done drugs. Never, ever, ever. Prescription drugs don't count. I was like sick and needed them. But no, never like real drugs, like the real things. Number 21, when I was birthing Cooper, when I was 21 years old, 21 years old, I didn't even say one cuss word in the delivery room. I was in labor for 26 hours and I didn't even say one swear word. Go me. Okay, I think we're on number 22. If I skipped one, I'm sorry, I owe you a number. Number 22. When I was a little girl, I used to stay outside and play until it was dark, and I would dig these mud holes in our front yard and fill them up with water and then try to bury myself in the mud hole and put the dirt all over me. And then when my mom would come out to get me, I'd say, I can't go inside because I'm a flower and flowers are supposed to live outside. Number 23. When I was a sophomore in high school, I was the first. There was 3 girls this year who tried out for cheerleading, but I was the first sophomore of record history to make the varsity cheer squad as a sophomore, and I thought that that was pretty cool because I didn't even think I was gonna make the team. I was thinking, but I was really proud of myself. Number 24, when I graduated high school, I graduated on the honors list, and I graduated with a 4.0. Go me. Number 25. When I was in college, my very first job ever was at Hollister. I worked there 2 days because the guy told me that I couldn't wear black eyeliner, and I was like, who says you can't wear black eyeliner? So lame. So I quit. Number 26. I remember when my mom and dad were deciding if they wanted to have one more kid or not. I remember going to my room and closing the door and praying, like, please, please, Heavenly Father, let my mom and dad have one more baby. I don't care if that baby is blue or pink or green or red or yellow. And I would obsess about it. I would write it in my journal every day about like thinking that my parents were gonna have a baby, because Shay and Casey were so much older than me that having one more sibling, and I wanted it to be a girl, would be like the perfect balance, right? 2 brothers, 2 sisters. And so I would have weird dreams at night because I was so obsessed with my parents having another sibling for me to have someone to play with, that I would have dreams that my next brother or sister was an alien, and I didn't even care. I just like was so happy to have a sibling. So yeah, weird alien dreams. Number 27. I have lived in Colorado, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Arizona for a short while, Venice, California, and Pocatello, Idaho. 5 different places, and I'm only 28 years old. Number 29. My most absolute favorite candy is chocolate covered cinnamon bears or pink starbursts. Number 30. I am obsessed with smells. I have the strongest nose of anybody I know. I can smell anything from anywhere at any time. We'll walk in somewhere and I can pick out like 5 distinct things that I smell, and that means I have like the world's hugest perfume collection, and I can't find one that I just like love, love, love. And so I stick with a lot instead of just one. Number 32, my favorite snack when I was growing up was a tortilla flat on a plate with cheese on it, melted, and then I would put salsa and whipped cream and I would whip it together so it was pink, and I would pick it up and eat it like a pizza. Number 33, my best friend and I growing up when we were really little, her name was Bryn, we would purposely ask our moms to buy us matching outfits and we would wear them together everywhere we went. Same bottoms, same top, even do our hair the same, and we both had blonde hair. So when we'd go places, people would act like we were twins and we would go along. They'd be like, yeah, we're twins. We're sisters and twins. Number 34. I really honestly truly think that I have a slight OCD obsession with keeping my living surroundings clean. It's like almost to the point where I probably should chill a little bit, but I love me a clean house. Number 35. I have never broken a bone. Knock on wood. Yes, never broken a bone. Number 36. In high school, I really wanted to be a marine biologist. Like, I was dead set on it. And then I realized that sharks are also part of the marine life. And then I all of a sudden was like, nope, don't want to do that anymore. Number 37. Number 37. When I was a little girl until I was about like middle school, I was a tomboy to the core. Like, I played with Barbies and babies and loved that, but I played soccer, I did cross country, I did softball, I did basketball and volleyball and all sports, and I was like an intense tomboy. And then all the girly things happened. Number 38, when I was playing softball, I was a pitcher, a catcher, and first baseman, and I named our team. And do you know what I named our team? The Sparky Barbies. Okay, number 39. I may or may not have slept in my parents' bed until I was almost 8 years old. Let's not tell anybody about that. Number 40. When I sleep, I am a sound sleeper. I do not move, I do not twitch, I don't budge. I just find the spot where I sleep and feel comfortable, and I like am a rock and I don't move. And when I sleep, I hold my thumbs like this. It's so weird, and that's how you'll really know if I'm asleep. Like this, falling asleep, halfway there, this, asleep, like dead to the world. Number 42. My first car was a Ford Escort, and it was like a teal blue green. Yeah. Number 43. I know how to drive a stick shift, baby. Number 44. I'm 5'8". People ask me all the time how tall I am, and here is me demystifying the mystery behind how tall I am. I'm 5'8". Number 43. My middle name, Mary, is after my mother's grandma. And I thought my entire life that my middle name was after my dad's mom. Her middle name or her grandma or something. I always just thought it had something to do with that. I've been confused my whole life. It's about my mom's mom. My mom's. Something like that. Shoot, I still don't even know. Number 44. I hate stuffing. Ugh. Number 45. I can understand and communicate and speak a little bit of sign language. I had a good friend growing up, and her mom was a interpreter. She was so I would watch her all the time and pick up on signs. And then when I worked at the middle school, before I started doing YouTube for a living, there was a girl named Jenna who was in one of my classes, and I would always sign with her, and she would go so fast and I'd be like, whoa, slow down, I don't remember what you're saying. And so I know a little bit of sign language. Does that count as a foreign language? No. Number 46. I have never been to Mexico. Number 47. I'm running out of things to say, and this is a hanger. Okay, here's a fun one. It's not really about me, but it's about my son. I have an 8-year-old boy, and his name's Cooper, and he loves using hangers as weapons to like pretend like they're guns and stuff. And yeah, he loves hangers. They're like his favorite thing to play with. Number 48. I really know an amazing, incredible, awesome card trick, And if we're ever alone together, or not alone, but like together, and you guys have a deck of cards, give them to me because I can show you a really cool trick. It's called finding your card. Number 49. I actually am adopted. I'm not adopted. Just kidding, Mom, if you're watching this. I'm not adopted. I'm not adopted. Don't worry, I'm still thinking about 49 and 50. Number 49, my biggest pet peeve in the entire world and universe for as long as I live is somebody telling me what to do. Bugs me so bad. Ugh. And number 50, little did you know that amigo, no. Okay, and number 50, I am addicted to buying car air fresheners. I don't know, it's just like a weakness. I love them. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry if I missed a fact or two. It was hard for me to keep track between thinking of 50 things that you might not know about me. If there's anything else that you guys want to know or you have like a random question to, leave it down in the comments and I will be answering them for the next couple of hours. And I hope this just makes you feel like there's just so much more you know about me and we just like feel a little bit closer. So thanks for watching. I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys share and subscribe and leave comments down below because like I said, for the next couple of hours, I'll be hanging out. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.